Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about the Dregs. Eigo desu. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. This is the 8th year of the Sales Japan series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minatoku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anatamo Present no Tachijin. Plus, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru no wa yamimashou. And all are available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive and even better, thrive in business. I want you to 1, sell more and do it more easily. 2, exceed your targets. In fact, let's blow up your targets. Number 3, make some serious money. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We're not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 374. 374. Today we're talking about Japan small businesses must pick up the dregs of sales. Japan is facing a serious shortage of staff in many industries. The job-to-applicant ratio rose to 1.28, the Ministry of Health, Labour and Welfare announced recently. The ratio means there are 128 job openings for every 100 job seekers. The figure has not reached the pre-pandemic level of 1.6 in 2019. The hospitality sector in particular lost a lot of part-time staff during COVID, and they haven't returned in numbers sufficient to match the needs of employers. Hotels are getting back to pre-COVID occupancy rates, but they worry they don't have enough staff to clean rooms and run the hotel at the standards they adhere to. In July, the Japan Times noted 75.5% of surveyed hotel operators said they face shortages of regular employees, while 78% said they lack part-time and other non-regular workers. The Immigration Services Agency recently announced the total number of foreigners in Japan had topped 3 million for the first time. The Japanese government has created a new skilled workers number 2 visa category just for the construction and shipbuilding industries. The Nikkei Asia in April quoted the Japan International Cooperation Agency estimates that, given Japan's labour shortage, reaching the government's economic growth target for 2040 would require nearly quadrupling the number of foreign workers to 6.74 million. This is a profound change for Japan, which, as a society, highly values conformity and harmony. No melting pot for Japan. Foreigners in large numbers may threaten that harmony because they don't appreciate how things work here. The government is facing that labour shortage head-on, though, and creating more visa availability for foreign workers to enter Japan and do the jobs the locals don't want to do. In the white-collar world, the language barrier and the weak yen both guarantee that there won't be a rush of foreigners coming here to take up jobs. That means that for most multinational companies, there will continue to be a war for talent for Japanese staff. If you require English as well, the pool of talent availability becomes tiny. If you're a large corporation, you will have deep pockets and can also offer large base salaries to attract people to join you. If you're a small to medium-sized business, then the nightmare has already started and will only get worse. The Council for the Creation of Future Education, chaired by Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, has the goal for Japanese students studying abroad to reach 150,000 students seeking to earn degrees by 2033. The Japan Trade Union Confederation, Rengo, conducted a survey in 2022 which showed 30% of new employees quit their jobs in the first 3 years. This more mobile younger group, called the Dainichi Sotsu, second stage fresh graduates, will be attractive to target, especially those with international exposure, better English, and a few years of work experience. They still need extensive training, though. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, and we also have custom in-house programs as well as both in Japanese and English. We do classes in our super safe classroom and we do them live online. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 1st of March, we're doing our Dale Carnegie course 12-week version, April 25 and 26, high impact presentations. 26th of April also our Winning with Relationship Selling program, the 8-week version. Go to our website at japan-dalecarnegie.co.jp. That's Japan, Japan, hyphen, Dale, D-A-L-E, Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. Get my best-selling books. Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, which is Anatomo Present no Tachijin in translation. Plus, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Munisunu wa Yamemashou, and all available from Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, the premier business show in Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. And on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. That's Greg, G-R-E-G, .story, S-T-O-R-Y, at dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. In the world of sales in Japan, the picture is very grim. If you need English-speaking capability, the pool of talent available is very shallow, and we're all competing fiercely for a limited resource. In my hiring experience, I've noticed over the last 7 years that salespeople are becoming more expensive, and certainly very expensive relative to their ability. The vast majority of salespeople everywhere are untrained. They're all working it out by trial and error. Japan is just the same. Assuming that someone knows what they're doing after working for a number of years in sales is too optimistic, in my experience. Bosses need to accept that they will need to give these salespeople training to get their skills to the levels required. We teach a lot of salespeople here, and we notice some common trends. They need particular work on asking questions to fully understand the buyer's needs, rather than just delivering their pitch. Also, they need help on handling pushback from the client on pricing in Japan. The typical response here is to drop the price by 20% when confronted with the buyer's "your price is too high" statement. This isn't the best choice. They need to be taught how to handle objections properly. The sales staff supply shortage moves the focus of power to Japanese salespeople. They know they're in strong demand, and they can be very picky about who they choose to join. The resume flow is also very brittle and thin. The range of choices is not there, And if you get to interview someone, you are thinking, this is a good day at work. Like me, if you've been hiring people on and off over many years, the first thing you notice is the quality is going south at a rapid clip. Facing substandard talent, we have to make some serious adjustments. We have to totally rework our onboarding process and make it much longer, more comprehensive, and intensive. We need to really train people hard during the probation period. So we need a longer period of 6 months. The quality of people we will meet will likely stay low, and more often than not, they are the dregs of this Japan sales life. We have to get someone, so we will hire the upper echelon of these dregs of the sales world here in Japan. They're going to need serious professional sales training and considerable constant coaching to get them up to speed. This is going to be resource heavy. The improvement process won't be fast either, so we have to accept that additional burden on our small businesses. Our old idea that we can just hire them in and then fire them when they don't perform is well out of date. Current entry funnels are too shallow, and so we will have few choices. Our future Japan sales staffing prospects look bleak. Choices are few, and we must make legendary compromises. The answer is to invest in training our salespeople in order for us to survive. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, then please work on your karma and share this with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned, go out there and survive. Use it and make some serious money. Bucks, dough, moolah, coin, dosh, lolly, readies, smackers, earners, and bread and honey. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.